What's going on, guys? Welcome to Supernatural Farm on YouTube, or if you're watching on Facebook, welcome. I want to teach you guys today a little more in depth on libido. So in my other platform, in my other channel called Pahrump Wellness Center, that is my brick and mortar practice, I taught about this, but I taught about the basics. A lot of people don't necessarily want to know the deeper science. So for those of you that want a little more in depth, here you go. So you guys, I talked to you a little bit about libido. 1 in 4 people that have libido issues are actually under the age of 40 years old. So don't think that this is just a senior issue. It's not. Now, again, 7 meds that can wreck your sex life. AARP actually put out this report, and it's fantastic. So if you want to look at the AARP 7 meds that can wreck your sex life. Now, I'll go into a little bit on why. Now, prior I went into just going through them. If you're on these, try to get off them. Talk to your doctor, things like that. But now let me go into a little bit more in depth. So the number 1 on the list is statins and phenofibrates. So statins and fibrates, which are cholesterol-lowering medications. Cholesterol is necessary for life. I don't know how I can get that through doctors' brains. Cholesterol is the key ingredient in our skin that helps vitamin D absorb from the sun into our body. It uses cholesterol in our skin. Cholesterol is what makes our brain. We need cholesterol for brain. Our brain by dry weight is 60 to 70% cholesterol. So every hormone in our body uses cholesterol. So don't tell me cholesterol is a bad thing, because it can do bad things, but we absolutely need cholesterol. So, a few things on how it messes with libido. Cholesterol is absolutely necessary in making testosterone. If you don't have testosterone, you don't have libido, okay? Now, it just doesn't make testosterone. It makes estrogens, it makes cortisol, it makes serotonin, it makes so many different hormones that we absolutely need them. Now, the other side effect that statins usually give you is something called rhabdomyolysis. Now, rhabdomyolysis is basically muscle wasting, when your muscles are deteriorating. Now, I'm just going to say this right here. Who wants to have sex when your muscles are deteriorating? So, it just makes sense. Now, a 2002 study actually talked about how cholesterol, as LDL goes down, the chances of somebody having an orgasm actually goes down also. So, you guys, they find that the lower the cholesterol, the harder it is for somebody to have an orgasm. So I'm just saying, if you want a better life, a better sex life, a better libido, start thinking about having that conversation with your doctor about getting off of statins and phenofibrates. The second one is blood pressure meds. Now, I explain this to my clients as such. When we're getting in the mood, okay, our heart does not need to be regulated very slow. So beta blockers like to keep our heart right here. But when we're getting in the mood for things, when we need libido, we need it to go what? Up. So you guys, if we're regulating blood pressure artificially low, people have 3 symptoms: sedation and depression. I don't mean like depression, I mean their body is depressed. Number 2, they have their nerve impulses are actually stunted. And number 3, their decreased testosterone levels. So, blood pressure, we need an increase in heart rate with libido type functioning. Now, women who have lower blood flow actually tend to have vaginal dryness. So, you guys, blood flow is absolutely crucial. Now, the worst ones are actually diuretics. Diuretics are actually wasting a lot of key ingredients that our body needs, and one of the key ingredients that it wastes is called zinc. Zinc is absolutely crucial for testosterone. So you guys, if you're taking a diuretic, take zinc. Now I'll go back one. If you're taking a statin, a way to avoid some of the harshness of a statin is to actually take a supplement called DHEA, and I'll explain a little more on why. But DHEA for statins, zinc for blood pressure meds, and beta blockers and alpha blockers are also pretty bad. Again, beta blockers keep your heart really regulated. Now, the third one they have here is antidepressants. Now, antidepressants basically modulate 3 chemicals that are involved with nerve signaling. Okay, the three they mess with are acetylcholine, serotonin, and norepinephrine. All three are absolutely crucial for feeling better, for being in the mood, and most people that are on antidepressants actually don't have the desire. So, you guys, antidepressants. Now, antidepressants, two things you can take to avoid the side effects: maca and saffron. Now, both of those are very good. If you're going to do the maca, try to get about 3 grams per day. And saffron, you're going to have to do your own study on that, but lots of research coming out about that one, so pretty cool. The fourth one they have is called antipsychotics. Now, antipsychotics increase what's called prolactin levels. Now, increased prolactin levels actually cause 3 major things: erectile dysfunction, a decrease in libido, and decrease in orgasms. So, you guys, antipsychotics is number 4. BZDs, benzodiazepines, is number 5. BZDs make you very sedated, basically bring you down a notch. It's a muscle relaxant. Now, when we're getting into the mood, we need relaxed muscles in certain areas, smooth muscle, that's what causes an erection. But we don't need to be so relaxed everywhere else that we don't feel like we're in the mood. Decreased sexual interest, okay? That's what happens with BZDs. Now, number 6 is what's called H2 blockers. So antacids, something like Zantac or ranitidine, okay, is an H2 blocker. They actually cause impotence, okay? Something about stomach acid needs to be there in order for certain vitamins to absorb, such as zinc, such as selenium, and those make testosterone. So when we're taking H2 blockers, we're messing with the stomach acid, which stops absorption of key ingredients. Now, what H2 blockers also do is they increase breast size. Now, before you jump up women and go run and grab ranitidine or Zantac, just know that this side effect is only in men. So that's not a side effect most men want. And I'm not talking muscles, I'm talking about just an increased breast size. So, poor. Number 7 is anticonvulsants. So anticonvulsants actually decrease testosterone, increase depression, and decrease arousal. You guys, read this AARP report. Phenomenal. Fantastic, okay? Now we're going to get on with some of the natural remedies, okay? So, natural remedies. Number 1, I tell people quit smoking. I had a doctor that I was with in my last year of pharmacy school during my rotations. He said, every time you smoke a cigarette, you're smoking away some of your manhood. Now, this is a child-friendly episode on YouTube or channel, so read between the lines. Every time you smoke a cigarette, you're smoking off a piece of your manhood. So he would literally say that. More crude, but phenomenal. So again, exercise regularly is a good one. Number 2 that you need for natural remedies is zinc and selenium. They build testosterone. Women, you need those. You need testosterone too, to be honest. Okay? So the 7 ingredients I've got for men, because most men are dealing with libido issues, but I've got a few for women too, so hang in there. Number 1, L-arginine. Okay, now I talked about L-arginine in general, very basically on my other channel, Pahrump Wellness Center, but I'm going to tell you L-arginine plus an ingredient called pycnogenol. Okay, pycnogenol usually comes from pine bark extract and things like that. Pycnogenol. Actually, the combination of L-arginine and pycnogenol, quote, according to an Italian study, produces impressive results. Okay? Now, if you were just to take L-arginine by yourself, they suggest 3,000 to 6,000 milligrams 2 times a day. So morning and evening, per se. Now, if you were to take L-arginine and pycnogenol, you would need 1,700 milligrams of L-arginine per day and 1,200 milligrams of pycnogenol per day. That's a significantly lower dose, but synergistically, they produce impressive results. Now, 80% of men resulted in impressive results in 2 months. Now, 92.5% of men in 3 months. So this may take a little longer than just 1 or 2 doses, so just hang in there. Okay, number 2, red ginseng. Now, red ginseng, you're going to have to take 1,000 milligrams 3 times per day for about 12 weeks is what they say. Now, the thing I did not mention to write down is that red ginseng is an adaptogen. So it adapts to our body's specific needs when it comes to energy gains or libido, okay? But it increases rigidity, increases the duration of an erection, and it actually increases penetration, which to some men is very important, you know? The third one that I'm going to talk about is called L-carnitine. Now, L-carnitine, they say to take between 2,000 and 4,000 milligrams per day. Now, I did not tell this in the previous one because people just want to know the basics. But there's two forms of L-carnitine. There's propionyl L-carnitine and there's acetyl L-carnitine. Now, all the research suggested that taking 2,000 milligrams of propionyl L-carnitine and acetyl L-carnitine resulted in great benefits. The Italian study said that it enhances as effectively as testosterone. So as taking a testosterone supplement, L-carnitine, both forms at 2,000 milligrams per day, resulted in as effectively as testosterone supplementation. So very cool. Number 4 is called Tongkat Ali. Tongkat Ali is also called Long Jack. Now check this out. The dose varies, but all the research says that if a person takes high levels of Tongkat Ali, they can actually have increased testosterone as much as 400%. Now, for some of you men who are as low as 200, on your scale of testosterone, 400% could be all the difference for you, okay? Now, for those who are bodybuilding and stuff, that could be all the difference also. So, Tongkat Ali, do your own research. I'm not even going to venture to give you a dose, but not for men with prostate issues. If you have prostate cancer, benign prostate hyperplasia, BPH, swelling of the prostate, please don't take Tongkat Ali. Excuse me. It shows to have some issues. Number 5 is maca. Now, maca between 1.5 grams and 3 grams per day. Now, the 3 grams per day is actually shown to help with the antidepressants. So I was talking over here about antidepressants. If you're taking antidepressants, maca at 3 grams per day, and that's where all the research says is the magic spot. So maca at 3 grams per day decreases. Now, this is for men with prostate issues. So this decreases your BPH, which is your swelling of the prostate. And basically it says as potent as finasteride, which is the pharmaceutical medication that most people take for BPH. Improves bone health, increases cognitive ability, and protects against brain damage. So you guys, I want you to know that maca does not necessarily work through testosterone or the hormones. Most all of these other ones work through testosterone building and hormone regulation. This one, on the other hand, doesn't. It really works at strengthening the brain. A lot of gentlemen come in and say, my body is willing, but my mind isn't. Now, that's where maca comes in. I hear those words and I go straight to maca. Now, especially, this is also for you women, anybody that's postmenopausal who's having anxiety, depression, and a loss of libido, this one, maca, 3 grams per day, phenomenal. Number 6 is called horny goatweed. Now, 900 to 1,500 milligrams per day. If you're a 150-pound male or female, start at that 900. If you're 250 milligrams, that's the 1,500 milligrams per day. But the ingredient in here is called icarin, or icarin. Tomato, I don't know. But it stimulates the nerves, especially in the gonad region, the genitals. So both men and women. So don't think that when I talk about the genitals, I mean just man. But very, very good one. A lot of my gentlemen have increased results with the horny goatweed. Number 7, DHEA. Now, 50 to 100 milligrams per day. Again, it improves erectile response. So it increases testosterone, especially if somebody's on a cholesterol-lowering medication. Now, for you women, the one that I keep seeing over and over in studies is something called Tribulus terrestris. Now, Tribulus terrestris at 3.5 milligrams per day for 4 weeks actually increases androgen production. Women, as much as, if you know what androgen is, you may feel like you don't need it, but women do, to feel spunky and spontaneous. It increases the testosterone levels, especially in women. Now, it also increases DHEA via something called protodiosine. Now, you guys, I just want you to know, libido is absolutely crucial for life. Cholesterol is absolutely important, so don't let doctors scare you into thinking that you're going to have a heart attack because your cholesterol levels are high. As men age, cholesterol will go up because our body is trying to compensate for the loss of testosterone through increase in cholesterol. So you guys, libido is absolutely important. You guys like the feed, share the feed, leave me a comment, and you guys let me know how you're doing, and let me know if any of these have helped you. I could go on in testimonials, but I won't. You guys have a wonderful time, and we'll check you out next time. Thanks.